Grand Theft Auto 6 is in trouble. And nobody else besides me has a brain big enough to wrap their mind around it. I went to Big Brain Academy. Okay. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Grand Theft Auto 6 is doomed for failure. And people are just kind of just bamboozled by this concept. Like, well, like, isn't it going to sell like several billion units on day one? Like, so many people like really think that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be the biggest thing in gaming, that it's going to be the biggest product in entertainment, that it's going to be some medium defining classic, that it's going to be some like grand spectacular thing. And yet, like, there's all these signs, there are all these symbols that everything is going to collapse. Okay. The Grand Theft Auto audience are the kind of people who will just eat up whatever shit out in front of them. Okay. They're basically the 2010 like era MCU fans where they'll just go and see everything regardless of the quality, regardless of whether or not they know the characters, regardless of whether or not they understand what's going on, right? Like we are seeing firsthand that the audience is going to eat up Grand Theft Auto no matter what, but that doesn't really speak to its quality now, does it? Like it just means that it's a fad. Essentially, Grand Theft Auto as a brand is essentially a fad. And because like the fad has not grown into its own thing, because it doesn't really have anything to genuinely bring people back in outside of being the fad, because it's not like really all that high quality, eventually the illusion that Grand Theft Auto is the greatest thing in gaming is going to completely fall apart. When Grand Theft Auto falls apart, the entire Western gaming industry will go with it because every other third party developer in the West is going out of business or they're bending the knee to Nintendo and putting their games on Nintendo Switch 2. Right now, Rockstar has not announced Grand Theft Auto 6 on Switch 2 yet, but I do think it's only a matter of time until it happens. And if Grand Theft Auto 6 does not release on Nintendo Switch 2, it's simply going to be like the last stand of the third party monopoly on PlayStation and Xbox. Okay. Like if this game refuses to release on Switch 2, it's basically going to be the last of an era. Call of Duty is coming. The annual sports games are coming. Like Nintendo Switch 2 is just bigger and better than anything Grand Theft Auto will ever accomplish. And people naively believe Grand Theft Auto is going to drive sales and it's going to be some like game changer and that it's going to turn around everything for the industry. But I think it's very clear at this stage that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to kill the Western gaming industry because it is raising prices to $100. It is trying to like overpromise and underdeliver. It's trying to be this like huge deal and trying to set itself up as this cultural phenomenon. And it's just not really going to happen. Honestly, like at its core, the average Grand Theft Auto player is some teenage stoner who's too young to play it, who's not really capable of playing more intellectually stimulating games. Like that's just the reality of it. Is that Grand Theft Auto? It's kind of like an Adam Sandler movie, or like any of these like SJW woke stuff. Like they're made for like the lowest common denominator. Okay, like that. There's no thought put into them. There's no effort. There's no skill. Like none of these people like really produce anything of like value. But people see like Adam Sandler and they're just like, oh man, I remember Happy Gilmore. Oh, that was so funny. Oh, and then they just go to see it. Like it doesn't matter how bad the product is. It doesn't matter how it doesn't live up to the far superior like Nintendo products. Like as long as Grand Theft Auto retains that illusion of high quality, you're gonna have the masses come out and support it. But this is a very tepid position to be in because it is only a matter of time until something comes out that the Grand Theft Auto audience cannot deny is better than Grand Theft Auto. So essentially, Grand Theft Auto is on borrowed time. Essentially, like the narrative that like it's it's going to be higher budget, and that's somehow going to make it better. It's going to sell more units than anything else. That like Rockstar, like, spent so much time into this game because they're just making it like the most elaborate, amazing thing ever. Like the illusion of that is going to collapse at some point. All it's going to take is for someone to make a better Grand Theft Auto and sell it to the audience. And once that happens, Grand Theft Auto is just not going to be able to compete. Grand Theft Auto already is in this position where they have to have ludicrously high budgets in order to remain competitive. Because if anyone else was able to have like those big open cities and like the all this like all this all this like all these things in it, like it's just an illusion of like of pushing the industry forward and being way ahead of everyone else. When in reality, something like Breath of the Wild, something like Star Fox on Nintendo Switch 2, those are far more impressive games that actually did a lot more for gaming culture, for like Nintendo hardware. Like Grand Theft Auto in its entire history has never really done anything for gaming other than maybe get people who would never ever ever play a video game to like pick up a controller and like kill some cops, essentially. Like that's the reality of Grand Theft Auto, is that it's popular among normies who don't play that many video games. And as a result of that, these guys have no standards, they have no taste, and they're never ever going to engage with any other piece of software. Meanwhile, you have actual gamers who play more than one game every decade, who actually know things about the industry, who are a bit more comfortable coming out and saying about like, yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is better than GTA 6. Like you're gonna have people coming out and acknowledging that, like, yeah, Zelda's better than GTA 6. Like you're already kind of seeing that already, but like the masses don't want to admit it. Like the masses are worshiping Grand Theft Auto 6 because it has to be good. Like there's no like real reason to think Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be good. You're not really seeing anybody like, go to bat for this game. You're not really seeing anybody like, put out any reason why this game is so hyped. Like all you get is some like vague assertion that like Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be the best because it's going to sell a lot and because it has a high budget. There's no thought or consideration put into like what the game actually is, what they're going to do with the story of the characters, or like the overall gameplay, or how they're going to innovate. Like people are just worshiping it because it's GTA at this point. And I think that just goes to show you just how doomed GTA actually is, because this is no way to run your entertainment brand, essentially. Like this game is selling itself on hype, but no actual substance. Like it's kind of remarkable kind of seeing people bend over backwards to damage control this game, but like it's very clear to me now that this release is going to be a complete disaster.